Good day, Terrarians. PurpleMentat here. Wanted to jump in real quick, even though I'm not quite ready to start this episode yet. We're in the night after I signed off in the last episode, and I managed to gather enough during the day to create the Wolfram Bow, which is an 11 damage bow, and most significantly... Ow. Darn it. This is what I get for talking instead of, you know, going out there and killing. Most significantly, it auto-fires, so it's double the base damage of the wooden bow we had, and I can guarantee that I'm reaching my maximum DPS with it because it auto-fires. I am tearing through zombies. As you saw, I lost 9 gold in that last death, which I'm going to be able to get back because you can see which zombies have your money. They're the ones that glitter. Yeah, see? Just destroying them. Also, we've got a rainstorm going on, so there's some raincoat zombies. I've picked up a couple of rain hats. I don't know if I can do anything with the rain hats. No, nope. But they are cute, and they offer 1 defense if you are needing it. They're basically as good as your wood helmet. You don't have one yet. Over here on the other side of the home area... Oops, should have killed that fish. I've been building myself a little place to hang out at night, until I decided to just go kill all the zombies instead, and gather all of the monies. Gotta love that revengeance mode. We've got a tiny little fishing area underneath here, and so let me grab a fishing rod. Yep, there we go. Bam. I think do we need bait to start fishing? Yes. Yes, we do. Well, at least it increases your fishing power significantly, and I don't have any bait yet. I need to buy some from the merchant. Anyway, just want to let you, keep you guys up to date on what's going on, so that I didn't come back with, you know, dozens of gold and an amazing set of equipment, and you had no idea where I got it all kinds of fish and potions and stuff. Speaking of, I managed to get the guide killed, so I do have the merchant. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bug net from him. He also sells cookies, but, you know, 20 silver each. They're kind of expensive. Oh, and I killed a Christmas slime. We got green candy cane blocks. Could not care less. From the goodie bag, we get the fox costume. I like the goodie bags. Those come from the ravens, which are part of the Halloween event. Got a menacing shackle and a regular shackle. Go ahead and sell those. Sell you. Normally this would be like your source of income, but we don't really care about it because we have revengeance mode. Alright, and we've got enough of the Wolfram Shards now that we can go ahead and make ourselves the Wolfram headgear to get the bonus ranged damage. As well as, and we also have enough of the pre-boss loot tokens that we can make ourselves something out of that. Those tend to use the forge, anvil, or workstation, so if you stand right here, you get access to all of those. Climbing claws use the pre-eye surface forest token, which are one of the biome tokens. I really love my climbing claws. Intrepid. Not the worst thing in the world. And then we've got a selection of things that use the loot tokens, like the Bazor, no grinding forever to get that. Black lenses, depth meter, desert spirit lamp, diving helmet, jellyfish necklace, shackle, the money trough, which I desperately want to get one of later, and what I'm going to grab right now, the slime staff. Because I love this little guy, and he's usually rather difficult to acquire. Go slime, buddy! That's right, you get that money. Oh, that's right, he doesn't immediately attack the bunnies, but he will help me if I can find something to fight. Where are all the enemies? It's that transition to daytime. You're killing me here. Oh yeah, the blizzards look awesome. I love it. And if you get down into the water, or into a cave, you block out the blizzard and you can just see it blowing in the entrance or the gaps. See? It's just so cool. Wow, I'm surprised I haven't run into anything. There's a hostile. Good. Show you the slime doing his thing. See? They're not as great against the Wolfram enemies because they can't be knocked back as well, but this is going to make it a lot easier for me to get all of the Wolfram shards that I eventually need. Dead. D-E-D, dead. And the great thing about the Wolfram gear is if you make the Summoner hat, you get an extra minion, so you can have 2 of these slimes going around doing their thing. Alright, that's going to be it for the moment. I'm going to go finish that grinding that I told you about and maybe do some fishing while I wait for things to spawn. See what I can come up with. For grinding out the fishing bait that I'm going to need, I'm going to be hunting down grass and chopping it down and hoping for worms. Those show up a lot more frequently when it is snowing, like it currently is, than at other times. So, maybe we get lucky. Or, not when it's snowing, when it's raining. Though rain and snow are basically the same. I mean, they're actually literally the same. Gotta love getting frequent minor potions. If I find a desert, I'll be able to easily farm lots of those, because 1 antlion mandible and 1 blink root gets you 1 mining potion. Alright, I'll be back once the farming's done. Ooh, hey, check this out. I am just a little bit east of the big old tree, and apparently on our way off to the snow, I managed to miss this cave in the first episode. I'm sure some of you managed to point that out to me while I was running my way along and not noticing that there was a cave full of goodies right here. It even connects back to the bottom of the tree. Look at that. Anyway, there's 2 chests. I wanted you to see what we're gonna find in them because I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, we could have gotten climbing claws without spending our goodies on them. Oh well. Worst case scenario, I have to farm more goodies. I mean, I'm gonna be getting more and more of these tokens throughout the entire playthrough. By the way, if you aren't a fan of the token idea, but still like the concept of being able to get the items without as much farming and be able to make all of the chest loot, you can use a non-token version. Ugh, wild? Really? That's the best you can do for me? Come on! IMK Sushi has an old recipe version of the mod, which just works on various things you collect throughout the game, as I think most of it's mines material. I honestly haven't looked into it in a lot of detail, but it replaces the it does away with the tokens entirely. The tokens are a new innovation, which not everybody likes, so IMK Sushi included an old recipes version of the mod that you can access from the webpage. There is going to be a link to the mod pack below, and I'm going to do a little video on how to look up and install and pick your own mods with Tmod Loader, so that you guys can go look through everything and figure out what you want to do in your own modded playthrough. And also, hey, it's going to help me, because then you're going to be able to find the cool stuff, and I'm not going to spend all of my time looking around for mods, right? You're going to help me, right? I'm going to need it. Anyway, back to grinding. Oh, how are we doing on Wolfram Shards? 24. Almost there. I think we needed, what? How many did we need just to finish the set of armor? We need 15 and 20. We need 35. So 11 more for the armor, 12 for the blade, 12 for the staff, if I want to make all of it. I don't know if I'll bother. I'm going to get at least 11 more for the armor, which will probably take another day's worth of grinding. By then, we'll have all kinds of cash to spend at various NPCs. And I'm probably going to start working on the NPC housing while I wait for nights to pass, because we really don't get Wolfram spawns at night. And as fun as killing zombies is, I'm getting bored of it. Anyway, back soon. Alright, it's nighttime. I've got the bones of this built, and I just wanted to show you what was going on. Also, I got all of the Wolfram shards that I need, so starting tomorrow morning in-game, we're going to be heading back to the left and seeing what we can see out there. So, what we've got, these are 3 wide and 10 tall. I like to think of them as efficiency in NPC containers, but really they're kind of NPC torture shell cells. There's no room for them to even think, much less move in there. But it keeps them contained. I can always find the NPCs that I'm looking for. It works for me. It's bad for them. So, what do we need in each of them? Well, we're going to need a workbench or table. I usually use the tables because they cost less lumber, because I'm magnanimous like that. And we're going to need some sort of chair. Wow, am I actually out of wood? Huh, imagine that. Oh well, I've got a couple of extra chairs so I can show you what's going on. Just to give you an idea of what's up. You need to have each one have a light source, a chair, and a workbench. Or a oh, I use the workbench because it fits. The tables don't fit. Imagine that. I knew there was a reason I usually use the workbench, but then I saw in the moment that it's cheaper to use the tables, and I decided to build a table, and I was wrong. You could stick the table in there anyway, you just have to work a little harder to do it. We'll grow some trees and get this fixed up. But anyway, as you can see now, that will make for... This is not valid housing. Oh, it doesn't have a solid floor anywhere. It needs at least 2 solid pieces for the NPC to stand on. And that one little platform counts as a door, even though they can't possibly fit through there. Now, to make placing the walls easier, what you're going to want to do is hit Control, because Control will auto-place blocks, especially walls, wherever they're valid. And that means you can just jump up inside here and easily get it all done just by holding the button and bouncing around and waiting for things to fill in. So I'm going to finish filling these in, cut down some more trees to get the rest of the NPCs, and we'll have some interesting ones spawning. We've got enough for the merchant, the guide, and the demolitionist should show up at some point. And I don't know which other ones we've triggered already. I don't think I have the dye merchant because I haven't found a strange plant. I might be wrong on that, though. I might be remembering incorrectly. But yeah, we'll be back when it's time to actually get exploring. Alright, NPC efficiency apartment are all done. The nurse has shown up so we can get healed. This is because we have found 1 life crystal and we have 120 hit points now. And we are going to be using our pre-boss loot tokens to make ourselves a money trough at this point, as that to me is the second most important thing I can have, because I'm always dying and I'd like to start stockpiling gold instead of just having it vanish on me all the time. Other than that, we've got 23 of the pre-eye surface forest tokens, which I'm going to use 10 to get an aglet, because that gives us a little bit more movement speed and will make the surface exploration that much more pleasant. And what else do we want to use them for? Honestly, I don't really care for much of the rest. Spear, blowpipe, wooden boomerang, climbing claws, umbrella, radar. I've already got a radar, or I'd be making that. Guide to plant fiber cordage isn't a bad one. Getting free rope while we're doing it, and an extra 3 defense for the time being is kind of nice. We're going to make our leggings and our armor. That leaves us with 12 more Wolfram shards. We have got a superior zombie shard, so maybe I don't make the blade? Well, the blade's kind of nice. 17 melee damage versus the 15 on the superior sword. And the great thing about the blade is it's a very fast speed and an auto swing. So it's really a nice weapon. I like having that as my backup once I run out of arrows. Speaking of arrows, we're going to craft some more of those while we're on the... Oh, maybe not. I need to be at the workbench to be able to make these. Interesting. Bam. Out of stone. 3,000 arrows will last me a little while, though. And I don't think I'm going to be running out of gel or torches anytime soon, either. But we are going to burn through some supplies, making ourselves more arrows for now. Yeah, there we go. Almost 3,000 fire arrows. Pretty happy about that, actually. Ooh, I've got 2 shine potions. I'd like to hang on to them. I've got basically one chest o' junk at the moment, because once we get digging down and we find some emeralds... In fact, I wonder if I can craft emeralds in any way. Emerald. It doesn't look like it. No, I'm not seeing them. Gem spark wall, block, gem spark block, large emerald. It's showing us everything we can craft with emerald. Darn. Alright. Guess we can't. Alright, so let's go see what we have waiting for us to the left. Or west, as I've been told to call it by some. It's weird. In a two-dimensional world, what, you have a up, down, east, west? I feel like just using up, down, left, right is the appropriate way to go. We don't have any details on what is on either side of the world yet. If we find the dungeon or the jungle, we'll know where both of them are because they're always on opposites. But the snow biome can appear basically anywhere, as can the corruption. There is no directionality or sides to that. Yeah, see? This is so much easier when I'm walking around than the bow. But the bow is so much better before I have any sort of... Oh, did I use up all of... Yeah, I did. Look at that. Hang on. We're gonna make another 60 torches. Convert 40 of those platforms back into 20 wood, because we can go both ways like that. Yep, there we go. Dye trader. We did have it. We just grabbed that strange plant, and we got a dye trader. I believe we've discovered that the plants themselves don't... Ooh, desert. This is a good find. This is something that I wanted. Also, it's raining, which means that the water leaf will be in bloom. But yeah, I'm going to be spending some time here at the edge of the desert, eventually getting a lot of sand, because it'll be useful. Right now, I'm just going to grab the cactus on our way through. We're going to explore it together, and I'll exploit it on my own. How's that sound to you, folks? Silly slime. Oh, yeah, see? Water leaf. I didn't even see that there. Accidentally shot it, though. Those vultures can drop a... At least I think they can drop a useful item in Calamity. I don't know. I've been playing Thorium and Calamity kind of, like, interwoven. I can't remember which is which for everything, so it's tough. In the desert, mobs can drop desert shards. Desert shards are used to make pyramid items, such as the Pharaoh's Mask and Robe, 5 each, the Sandstorm in the Bottle, which costs 10, and the Flying Carpet, which costs 10. Though you will only ever need 20 per player. However, having them renewable from creatures means that you will never need to create extra worlds searching for pyramids for everyone to have a shot at them on your server. I think that IMK's Sushis is especially good for multiplayer servers because of that. Fortunately, now that we've got so much stuff from the tokens, finding the surface chests is kind of boring. That's why we're only on a medium world and not a large one. Because we don't need to worry about making sure that we have enough boxes spawn. There's a strange plant back there, but I don't care enough to go get it. Just want to see what we can see on our way. Ooh, hello. See that down there? There's a tiny bit of glow coming that looks like it could be something good. We're going to get down there and see what it is. That particular color of glow could mean... Oh, darn it. It's water. It's probably a jellyfish. Oh, nope. There is a corrupted altar down there, which means we're coming up on a corruption biome. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to cut the camera while I finish digging this little tunnel down there. This is why I'm excited about the rope, because it will make life so much easier getting in and out of pits. Also, while I was getting that rope built and getting myself set back up to record, a buzzard attacked and it dropped this desert feather, which is the material I was talking about earlier, used for 4 different items, one of them being a sandstorm in a bottle, so I can either do it with the tokens or with feathers, sand, a bottle, and desert feathers. One of them being the Death Valley Duster, which requires forbidden fragments, sturdy fossils, and trade winds. So that is something that comes later on. That's one of the things that Calamity does that's kind of interesting, is some of the materials that you can get early are needed later as well. Just like the Sun God Staff relies on the core of Cinder and the Sun Spirit Staff, which we can craft right here for 20 sandstone brick and 2 desert feathers. Now, the only unfortunate side of this recipe list is you can't see... I can't click on this material in any way to see how to craft it, as far as I can tell. But sand block at a furnace will get me a sandstone brick, apparently. Oh, never mind. So apparently I can. Either a sandstone slab or a sand block. Oh, no. That's the sandstone brick at a... Yeah. That I can make sandstone bricks at a furnace with sand. Great. So apparently you can double-click it. It's just it's interspersed with the other... Ooh. Look at that! This is a pyramid, folks. So maybe we will get a some of that stuff without having to work at it. And also, we get a bunch of free sandstone bricks. Also, before we go any further, zombies. There. Oh, the set bonus of the Wolfram armor, by the way, I believe is the same all the time. 3 defense, and an extra 5 when you're below half health. Which isn't as useful now as it will be once we have, like, 300 hit points. And by the time we have 300 hit points, we better not still be wearing Wolfram armor, or something will have gone horribly, terribly wrong. Do I have any minor potions? I have 1. I don't want to use it for this. Pyramid always has a treasure room, I believe. You don't always get a pyramid. And it doesn't always have an easy-to-access entrance. Here we go. Let's see what we get. We raid the tomb of the mummy. Besides, lots of money. And Omega Banners. Can't get these any other way, so might as well take them home with me, right? Maybe I'll build myself a pyramid to my own greatness before the end of this playthrough. Oh, we got the Pharaoh set. Cool. Just a vanity item, but pretty neat nonetheless. There, we'll run around as the Pharaoh for a while. The Clawed Pharaoh, apparently, because we have our climbing claws equipped. Let's see if there's anything else. Sometimes you can get other goodies in here. Not often, though. More of a rarity. Yep, and we're at the bottom. Platinum ore. Hey, I'll take it. Probably not going to be making a platinum pickaxe this run, but it might be the first decent pickaxe I can get. Can't be sure until we get a little deeper in. Try not to drown while you're mining. Always important. Alright, I'm going to finish mining out this ore and head back for the surface, and then we will continue further leftward. And we're back up top, and off. Farther left. What have we got here? Oh, that's annoying. It would be far easier to deal with if I had taken the time to get a grappling hook already. But I'm also kind of hoping that this experience will help me get said grappling hook. Especially since I see a jungle bat. That's good news. That means we're right next to the jungle. If jungle enemies are spawning and coming over here to try to kill me. Alright guys, stop that. I forgot I had the climbing claws. Those would have helped. And also, it's nighttime, which means I get to collect some moonglow seeds. I'm probably going to spend some time between this episode and next building a potion farm, so that I can have some cool potions for the future. Might even start digging a bit of a elevator by the end of this episode, or the very start of next one after I get the potion farm built, just so that I can justify getting some blink root in there as quickly as possible. There we go. Look at that. Piranha pool. Almost certain to get a hook out of one of these guys. I did not. That's... Oh, you know what? I might have. Jungle token. What can I make with the jungle token? Nothing that has sandstone in the name, that's for sure. Oops. Can't auto-swing and look at recipes at the same time. Alright, so Anklet of the Wind, Feral Claws, Staff of Regrowth, lots of cool stuff. Boom Stick, Seaweed, summons a pet turtle. Neat. I don't think I've ever had that before. Fiberglass Fishing Pole, the Honey Dispenser, the Flower Boots. I remember those being useful for... I think it's for collecting bait for fishing. Oh! Look at this! Look at the gating on this! All of this stuff, which is all pretty cool and would be really nice to be able to get, like, as soon as possible, requires the Tinker's Workshop. To get the Tinker's Workshop, I have to save the Goblin Tinker. And I don't remember where the Goblin Tinker is, but I think he's in the underground somewhere. Like the generic underground, not the dungeon underground specifically. So it's not like you can just come over here to the surface and fight a bunch of easy enemies and get lucky. You have to actually work for these drops to some extent. Nature's Gift, Jungle, ooh. Being able to get a Nature's Gift without having to spend so much time farming is just... makes life so much nicer. It's like, I know that there is a discrete thing that I can work towards and not have to concern myself with crushing amounts of time spent grinding for something that might not even show up. You know? It just makes I so much happier. Though I do think they need to add a Blood Moon token for, like, the money trough specifically. Anyway, I think I'm going to start putting my... no, the tokens can stay. We'll throw things that I'm unlikely to get more of. Heh, there's the Demolitionist. We knew he'd show up. Come here, piranhas. That's why I'm hanging out on the edge of this pool. I'm going to farm the edge of this pool for long enough to get myself a hook. Oh, there's our first bit of jungle grass seeds. We can make our own underground. And we got a jungle rose now. Hooray. Still no hook. But yeah, I'm going to hang out here, and I'm going to farm these piranhas until I get what I'm looking for. And I'm also going to take the time to chop down some of these mahogany trees. I like mahogany. It looks nice. So yeah, I'll be back when it's time to continue on. So, also, what we learned by knowing that the jungle is here is that we will not be encountering the dungeon on our way to the ocean on this side. We can know for certain that there is no ocean over here. Alright, back soon. As you can see, it certainly took a bit to get that hook off the piranhas, but we can now make our first grappling hook. Where'd it go? There it is. Fantastic. Ow. I seem to remember these guys not spawning in surface pools for the jungle for some reason. I don't know if that was a mod change or what. It's also managed to get on towards nighttime since I started the farming process. Ended up with quite a bit of money out of it all. Ooh, hey look, there's another thing that I don't recognize just ahead. Look at that. Beehive, basically. And not search for this tile ID. It's gotta be... I guess Calamity must be adding that? I don't think I've spent any time in the jungle on Thorium, so... Yeah, because we found the dungeon on the one side, so it's got to be past the jungle on the other. Yeah. Like I said in the last segment, well, tried to say and then failed at, if you've got the jungle on one side, you've got the dungeon on the other, and you know you won't have any dungeon on the side with the jungle. Oh, I managed to flub it. Oh well. Alright, there's a star over there that I really want. I've gotten a couple of stars together, as you can see. Bad zombies. Gonna need you to stop that. Good job, little slime. But you're kind of on the wrong side of the world. Ooh, builder potion. That'll be helpful later. Sure, I'll have plenty of use for it. Moonglow, 2 fallen stars. Nice. Nothing? Nothing. Okay. Ow. 1 damage. Worst things have happened. I'm not seeing anything that I want to dive down there for. There's a bunch of cool stuff in the underground jungle. There's also a bunch of really gnarly enemies down there that I'm not quite ready to deal with yet. I'd kind of like to get to the ocean if I can. It looks like I've got a good shot at it, because on a medium world you don't always end up with corruption biomes or crimson biomes, if that's what you happen to get on both sides. You almost always do on a large or larger world. Gotta be running low on health potions by now. Oh well. Fine. Wow, that is one eager to eat me piranha. Oh, sure! Just throw another hook at me, why don't you? Jerk game. Spend like 2 hours well, not that long. But I spend like an hour farming, and then it just tosses me a hook while I'm traveling. Ow. Should have just planned to do it in between episodes, you know? No, I had to make sure I stopped and got it right then. Oh well. It was a pretty safe place to do it. Couldn't be sure I was going to find another place that good, and I'm going to keep justifying to myself that it was the right decision to make. Besides, we always need more jungle tokens, right? These things are 25 per item, and I only have 19 so far. Fox. Ha! Ah, guide to plant fiber cordage. Oh well, more mining potions. That's the important part, right? Sorry about that. Got a frog in my throat. Let me just take a moment and get a drink. One great reason to play single player. When you're tabbed out, the game freezes. So if you're gonna farm for anything, like with a more automated system, it's a good idea to put a host local so it doesn't do that. There are advantages and disadvantages to both, basically. Sometimes it's just fun to get up places without using much of anything. A lot of trees. A lot of lumber. Whoa, that's a deep hole. Okay, not nearly as bad as it looks at first. Oh, it gets worse though. Mistakes were made. That's okay. We're going to rope our way out of here. Bad eye. No. Ow. Raven came at me from underwater. What? Guess that Raven found a Gills potion or something. Sure, makes as much sense as anything else in this game, right? There we go. We've got to be getting close, right? Oh, no. Oh, never mind. Thought I saw something bad on the radar. Mini-map, or whatever you want to call it. Good job, little slime dude. We've got a bit of desert here. We might be getting near the end. Easy star. See how darn useful that rope is? Having a near infinite amount of it at all times and an easy way to replenish it. This is why I'm happy, why I always make that plant fiber cordage thing if I can. Or why I will. I guess I've only ever done it twice because, you know, in my second modded world ever. See if there's anything interesting in this one. Besides it being partially flooded. That is actually kind of interesting. There you go. Hunter potion, recall, monies. Nothing exciting. That's okay. If I remember correctly, you cannot quick stack into a piggy bank, so... Oh wait, yes you can. Good. Excellent. That makes life a little easier. Zombie. When zombies attack? Ow. It hurts. Actually, that wasn't so bad. I barely took any damage. Yeah, I'm up to 18 defense now, and every point matters. Unlike regular expert mode. I love all this money. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it all ever, but at least I won't have to make a... Well, I mean, I'm gonna use it to reroll things. What am I talking about? Hey! Palm trees! We're at the beach. Fantastic. Hey, and we get the angler right there. Excellent. You'd be a great helping minion. Great helper minion. Wow, I can words. Alright, so I'm gonna take a minute and... Oh, actually, you know what? We're just about out of time for this episode, aren't we? So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little angler hut here at the beach. And I'm going to build a platform that goes just over the water. And make use of that to start killing some ocean monsters. You'll see what I'm doing. Well, probably at the beginning of next episode I'll go over the building and such that I have done for exactly what I'm up to. But the basic idea is that I want to be able to do some cool stuff here at the beach. I want to be able to do some fishing because I actually rather enjoy the fishing in this game. And it would be good for me to get some crates going. And I would like to kill some ocean enemies and get some ocean tokens and whatever other cool things they'll drop. Plus, I know that there is a type of bar called Victide. Right there. Victide bar from the Calamity mod, made with seashell, starfish, coral, and victory shards. I don't know everything that can drop victory shards, but I do know that I can get plenty of coral, starfish, and seashell here in the ocean, and I can use that to make a slightly better set than the Wolfram stuff that I'm wearing. With, what, 3, 6, and 4 is 10 defense on the armor, as opposed to the 9 that I have right now. No, not 9. 7? Yeah. That'll be a bit better. Plus, it gives me damage reduction, defense increased while submerged in liquid, speed greatly increased while submerged in liquid, and I wonder if I can get to a... it doesn't look like there is a option for water breathing. That's interesting. Anyway, not too worried about it. that's going to be it for this episode, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you have enjoyed yourselves. If so, please click like and tell me what you liked, and if not, please click dislike and tell me what you didn't like. That way I can make these videos better in the future. I should be back tomorrow with more of the multiplayer, and then this series will continue over the weekend. Assuming I've got my time figured out right. Time is this weird nebulous thing that happens while I kind of exist nearby it. I never seem to know what day it is or anything like that, so... Anyway, yeah, hit me up on Twitter or Discord if I manage to screw things up and you just want to know what happened. Y'all, hey, Mentat, you can't... Days! You're wrong! I'm here to tell you you're wrong. This is gonna be the way I kill sharks. Troll them to the edge of the water. Shoot them in the face. Actually, this will probably be how I kill everything. Just stand here, barely in the water. Shoot them to death from the edge like that. It'll be good. Alright, that's gonna be it for me. See you next time.